Hello, my name is Ariana and I'm a student at Juniata College studying environmental science. Today I'm here to show you how to plant a tree in 9 easy steps. I've also included a few tips and tricks to help your tree grow big and strong. Follow along to watch me and my friends plant some trees and learn how to plant your own. One last thing before we begin. This tutorial includes some advanced tree and gardening related vocabulary. When this happens, the definition will appear below, like so. Step number 1, do your research. Every tree has different needs, so consider tree selection, placement, and site conditions before planting. The best time to plant a tree is during the dormant seasons, so either late fall or early spring, as long as you plant before the first freeze or after the last one. And remember, always plant native trees. It is important to plant native trees to benefit the environment and the local ecosystems, such as providing for pollinator species. Native trees also have a much better chance of survival as they are already adapted to the area, so they do not need extra fertilizer and require less water. Step 2, choose a location. Find a good, desirable location to plant your tree. Plant your tree in a relatively flat area away from buildings, power lines, and utilities. Step 3, remove the container. Remove the sapling from its container to assess the size of its root ball. In plastic containers like this, it is helpful to squeeze the base of the container and gently pull on the base of the trunk. Step number 4, it's finally time to dig a hole. Dig a hole roughly the same depth of, but slightly wider than the root ball. It is better to make the hole slightly shallow than to make it too deep. If the hole is too deep, your tree can drown. When removing the soil, it is helpful not to take it too far from the hole, as you will need it later. Step 5, loosen the roots. Gently massage and loosen the roots. It is okay if you break or rip some of the roots, as long as the majority of the root ball remains intact. Make sure they are not tightly compacted in the root ball, otherwise the plant will become root bound, which will essentially strangle the trunk of your tree and kill it. Step number 6, backfill the hole. Place the tree in the center of the hole, making sure the tree is standing straight and not leaning. Carefully fill the hole using the same native soil you just removed, also known as backfilling. Make sure to remove any large rocks from the backfill. When burying the tree, it is important that the root flare remains above the surface of the soil. If the root flare is covered, it may kill the tree. Step number 7, tamp down the soil. Tamp down the soil to prevent air pockets below the tree. You can use your hands or feet to do this. Step number 8, protecting and staking the tree. Here in central Pennsylvania, young plants like these are an appetizing snack for deer and other animals. To prevent deer from browsing on your sapling, carefully place a tree tube, like this one, over it. If you look carefully, you will notice that one side of the tree tube is perforated and the other is not. Make sure to keep the perforated side on top when placing the tree tube. Then, put a stake through the zip ties firmly into the ground. Careful not to be too close to your tree that it punctures the root ball. Use a mallet or hammer to pound the stake and secure it in the ground. Tighten the zip ties to secure the tree tube. You can also label the tree tube to remember what tree is planted there. Step number 9, water, water, and more water. Lastly, water your newly planted tree thoroughly until the soil is saturated. Continue watering once a week until the tree is established. This can take 1 to 2 years depending on the tree species. This is one of the most important and most forgotten steps in tree planting, so remember to water your newly planted tree often to let it grow big and strong. And there you have it. After following these 9 simple steps, you now have a happy and healthy tree.